Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, the South African Revenue Service are in trouble. According to a tax expert, SARS is getting heart palpitations as it tries to make up billions of rands in lost revenue collection. South Africans working abroad are in the front line of a looming tax revolt as they cut their tax ties with this country to avoid punitive taxes that come into force from next year. According to a tax expert, this is giving SARS health and heart palpitations as it tries to make up billions of rands in revenue collection. Senior tax attorney at Tax Consulting SA, Jean du Toit, said the reality, while former Western Cape Premier Helen Zille and many others were thinking about the feasibility of a tax revolt, was that it was already too late to close the stable door. He said, on a small scale, a legal tax revolt may be achieved by consuming zero-rated goods only, or by kicking your smoking habit and adopting a teetotaler lifestyle, thereby depriving the state of VAT and sin taxes. Excise duties on alcohol and tobacco products is hardly small change, estimated to bring in an additional 400 to 600 million rand over and above what they were previously bringing in into the state coffers this financial year. Du Toit said a more drastic and far more effective yet legal act of defiance would be to cease your tax residency, in which case SARS could no longer have a claim to your worldwide income and capital gains. Arguably, if it is this manifestation of a tax revolt that is currently most prevalent and the one that gives SARS heart palpitations. An economy barely keeping its nose above water has many looking abroad. Du Toit said, the expat landscape changed when the amendment to the Income Tax Act was promulgated, which meant that from the 1st of March 2020, expats would be liable for tax in South Africa on their foreign employment income, insofar as it exceeds 1 million rand. National Treasury and SARS forged ahead with the amendment despite being forewarned of the possible consequences. This forced the hand of many expats who have now decided to cease their tax residency, specifically to avoid being caught up by this amendment. That a thinning herd of irate taxpayers are fed up with decades of funding the gravy train is evident in the numbers. According to SARS, South Africa has 21 million individuals registered for income tax, according to its latest 2018 stats on its website. However, in February, Treasury predicted a shortfall of 42.8 billion rand, 15.4 billion rand more than the 27.4 billion rand predicted last year. SARS head Edward Kieswetter acknowledged last week that South Africans were withholding the taxman's cut, which could see South Africa shaking a tin at the door of the International Monetary Fund. Kieswetter said falling trust in the collector by individuals and companies had led to rising levels of tax avoidance and fraud, bleeding billions from government. Kieswetter said, when public trust wanes, as is the current case, then taxpayers feel morally justified to withhold or manipulate their taxes. When revenue collection is undermined, it traps us in a vicious cycle of revenue decline, and consequently the need to go with begging bowls to borrow money, which effectively mortgages our future. The taxpayers who seem to be leaving our shores are some of those relatively high earners on whom SARS relies quite heavily. Now, the message is clear. On one hand, you've got a government that's kind of saying we can spend without limitation, and on the other hand, you've got a reducing revenue base coming through from tax. And the two don't mix. Doesn't work. Does not compute. The bottom line is tens of thousands of public servants who are beneficiaries, black privilege of BEE, are going to be looking for a job elsewhere, and they won't find one. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video and stay safe. Bye for now.